Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where there is an A show in NXT, an A show in SmackDown Live, and a Z show in Monday Night Raw, and put me to sleep for 3 hours. It's Lost in the Midcard. Welcome to episode 190. Yes, 190. We are approaching that 200 mark. Hard to believe. Our fourth anniversary is not too far away either. Once we get to the Rumble. Not a lot to talk about this week. NXT, obviously a takeover recap show. Neither one of us watched Raw because it was a complete shit show. To put it in perspective, my buddy John Canton at TGR Wrestling, he said in his decade of reviewing every single Monday Night Raw, he doesn't remember scoring a Raw below 3 out of 10, and he gave this week's a 2.5. That'll put it in perspective for you. But SmackDown Live rebound, great show by SmackDown Live. So at least we got something positive to talk about on terms of television. We will quickly recap NXT and quickly go over the mess that was Raw before covering a great 2 hours of wrestling there. On our new home, Wednesdays now, as we are on the middle of the week now. I mean, we don't really record after pay-per-views anymore. Vince has given us reasons to really not have that energy to do so yet. So this kind of works. Coming off of SmackDown Live, which is typically a good show, it's always fun to record. So we'll see how Wednesdays go for a while. It's going to be the new home. But thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. What you got to do, search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know it every time a new episode comes your way. Now, every Wednesday. And we'll see about pay-per-views if Vince decides to surprise the shit out of us. Highly unlikely. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube and the links to all that on our social media. Go to Facebook, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Go to Twitter at LITMC Podcast. You'll find the links to subscribe there. Also, give us a follow on Twitter. We share a lot of great tweets throughout all of the wrestling world, not just WWE, so make sure to give us a follow there. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawF Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
A lot better after that great edition of SmackDown Live.
Thank God.
Because we sure as hell didn't get any good wrestling on Monday night.
I'm usually Mr. Sunshine of the show, and I didn't even watch a single nanosecond. I didn't watch a single clip. I didn't even watch a single YouTube highlight. I know you're still on your part-time bitch hiatus from Raw, until the part-time bitch loses the title.
Look, they want me to watch Raw again. It's really simple. Get the belt off Brock.
Yeah.
And until that happens, I feel like the only way I feel like they're going in a direction where they're going to force me to watch it on the road to WrestleMania, and I'll explain what I'm talking about later on in the show.
Okay.
But as of right now, I'm not tuning in on Monday nights because I don't need 3 hours of frustration. I'm a pro wrestling fan who enjoys pro wrestling, and when you put on a 3-hour shit show like Raw's done lately, and especially hearing every terrible thing they did last night coming across my Twitter timeline, I don't have any desire to mentally put myself through the frustration of trying to figure out why Vince and his creative team are so fucking stupid. So I'm done. It's just that simple. SmackDown, Raw, 205 Live, NXT, NXT UK. I have more than enough WWE product to watch on a weekly basis where I no longer have to worry about the shit show that Vince McMahon puts out every Monday night.
Yeah, shit shows, putting it lightly. I mean, I read the results and I went to, I think it was, I don't know, whatever had results up, maybe Wrestling Inc. or something like that. And
every wrestling website has results up.
Yeah, whatever came up first. And because my buddy John didn't do them live, probably to save himself the sanity. I'm just looking through it, and it's like, what in the fuck are these guys doing? It's baffling, but
there was a I guess I'm assuming he's the owner of NoDQ.com.
Yeah, I remember that.
Not my favorite website by any means. But the fact of the matter is that guy actually took a stand last night after that show and said, "Hey, you know what? I've been covering Raw for, X amount of years or whatever. And after tonight's show, you know what? I've had enough. I'm not covering it next week. I don't care if I'm losing money via my website. I've had enough."
Yeah.
And you know what? If people like that, are starting to just not be able to do it anymore, and they're getting paid to deal with it,
yeah,
that's not a good sign, for the WWE as a whole. And it's not. And it's just it's nauseating how good their product can be when they allow it to be.
Yeah. And imagine, if we're still doing Wednesdays, imagine us recording on a Tuesday night after a new wrestling promotion, maybe on WGN. Wouldn't that be something, huh?
Well, it very well could happen sometime next year. I would assume very late next year. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to occur like right off the get-go. Especially if they're planning for Tuesday nights. They're not coming in to compete with SmackDown.
No.
So they'll be coming in with the fall schedule of whatever channel they're moving in on. So they'll come in like maybe September at the earliest, I would imagine. And they would start, very much picking up the steam in October when SmackDown moves to Friday nights.
Yep. I got some news on that new promotion here in a little bit. But first, let's kick off headlines with, once again, the best thing going in wrestling today. The man, Becky Lynch, is just on fire on Twitter, isn't she, Matt?
Look, I don't think she knows how to put out a bad tweet nowadays.
Conor McGregor was trying to give her props and thinking that Becky was channeling him. No, the man channels no one. Conor and me are bonded as Irish brother and sister, but if I ever got within 2 miles of him, I'd break that bond and his arm in 3 short seconds. I'd be too tempted. He completely understand, too, and then proper 12 after, which is McGregor's alcohol that he sells. But McGregor, even after that, says, well, Becky, call me when you need a proper backup. Of course, I throw that little product in there. But imagine Conor McGregor, always...
Look, that is WWE's wet dream to have Conor McGregor in Becky Lynch's corner for the main event of WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, baby.
So let's just call it out right now. If WWE thinks for 1 second they can get that to happen, they're going to work to make that happen.
Do it.
Because if they can have him on there and he's not wrestling, but he's just there and he's going to get the ESPN attention and all that stuff that they so desperately want, they'll figure out a way to make that happen.
Do it.
So...
And finally, the man said, "Cheers, Conor. I'm carrying 2 divisions at the moment, but you know exactly how that is. I hear New York is nice in the spring, though. Please make this happen." About a week ago, Becky posted a picture. It was exactly a week ago tonight, on November 20th. A picture. This is me right now trying to get out of doctor jail, so I can remind some people exactly who I am. It took Ronda Rousey 2 days to respond, but stated, a doctor jail looks like a doctor-paid vacation where you get to sit on your ass extending your title reign while trying to think of witty tweets and attempt to stay relevant. Bet your jokes mocking Edge aren't so funny now, huh? Try not to bump your nose getting out of that thing. And, the man ain't going to stay quiet, is she, Matt?
Nobody stays quiet on social media, so why should she?
Exactly. I've never seen a judo master get so easily thrown, Ronnie. I'm convinced you let one of your turkeys at the ranch peck these replies out. Which one of them wrote this one? Shayna? And, Shayna and Becky got into it too, didn't they?
Everybody's getting into it, dude. The horsewoman feud that I've been calling for months on this show that it was going to happen is happening right now in the confines of the world of social media.
That was not all from the man this week, though. Kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I thought it was kind of funny myself. WWE put on Instagram the best men in WWE history. The top 5 men. Basically, if you have a man in your title, you're one of the best men in WWE history. Number 5, the Boogeyman. Number 4, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Number 3, the Big Boss Man. Number 2, Macho Man, Randy Savage. Number 1, the Man, Becky Lynch. Of course, WWE lives in hyperbole land, but I still thought
they do.
I still thought that was funny, though. Seth Rollins talking about Starrcade, which I didn't watch the special. Did you, Matt?
I did not. I heard it was awful,
okay.
So I didn't even bother to go out of my way to check it out.
Well, all right. Bummer on that. Rollins, away game, hostile environment.
I heard all the good matches weren't even on the special.
Oh, great.
So,
away game, hostile environment. No Brock, no Bryan, no Ronda, no Becky, no problem. The man, the champ, the hardest working motherfucker in the business, just wrecked Cincinnati. Hashtag all heart. Hashtag Starrcade. The man retweeted, I have a concussion and a broken face. What's everyone else's excuse? Calling out Brock and Bryan and Ronda. That's pretty funny.
Well, she's not wrong.
Then Baszler yesterday caught wind of her name being mentioned in the man's tweets and says, don't try to name drop me in this attention grab. I'm too busy holding down the division. You couldn't. Hashtag Shayna 2-time.
Well, I think Shayna needs to realize if she would have been in that division at the time Becky Lynch was in that division, sorry, Miss Baszler, you would have never sniffed the NXT Women's Championship.
No, she would have been Alexa Bliss, basically. The only thing that the man responds, the only thing that buns you, Ronnie, and I want to say Mary and Jessica. She's making fun of not knowing their names.
Yeah, the horsewomen, yeah.
Yeah. You all ran from another sport that beat you, so make no mistake, if I choose to drop anything, it'll be you, not your name. By the way, give my best to your leader and her hurdy mouth. I'm stronger every day. Is she? Then Charlotte gets in the mix yesterday with a photo of her stomping on the chair around Rousey's neck from Survivor Series. Missing from the photo, Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir. Marina replies, this bitch. Okay. I'm missing entirely from the photo Charlotte's ability to beat Rousey without multiple weapons.
Keep running your mouth, rookie.
Marina then says, that real cute baby girl. How long did it take you to act like you didn't know who we were? Oh, this is going to be fun, ain't it, Matt? Going to be fun.
Well, when they finally unleash it all on the main roster, it'll be fun. Until now, it's just a Twitter fantasy.
Unfortunately, there's so much to do and so little time. I've yet to watch NXT UK, but probably the biggest news of the week in pro wrestling is the fact that it has been announced.
You better catch up, bitch.
I know. January 12th is my date to catch up by. I will binge watch NXT UK to get ready for NXT TakeOver. Liverpool, Great Britain is the site. Blackpool, England, January 12th. NXT UK TakeOver. Oh baby, it's gonna be great. Tickets go on sale if you're gonna go across the pond, or if you're listening to us from across the pond. GMT time, 10 a.m. Monday, which. What is it Monday already? December? For crying out loud, it is December 3rd. I can't believe this Saturday is already December. That's insane.
It's been a quick year, pal.
So, TakeOver, that didn't take long for that to come in for the UK, huh?
Nope, not long at all, but I'm not complaining about it.
It didn't take long for it to sell out either. 3 hours, to be exact. NXT TakeOver UK, as Triple H announced on Twitter yesterday. 3 hours. Yeah, it's been sold out. But he says, get your tickets for NXT Blackpool on Sunday, the next day, as the next set of tapings will will commence the day after TakeOver. Another thing I need to get caught up on. Thankfully, I only have one episode so far to catch up on. But hey, man, our favorite WWE Network show is back. The Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. Did you catch the first episode? It
was phenomenal.
Great. I will make sure to catch up. Maybe we'll do a little recap maybe next week. If you 2 years ago, if you listen to the show, we recapped almost every single episode just because it was so great, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, and they picked up right where they left off. It was a lot of fun.
As we announced on the podcast last week, the Mixed Match Challenge does actually mean something this time around, where the winners are going to be number 30 in their respective Royal Rumbles coming up here in about 2 months. The Final Four is set, and filling in for Braun Strowman is Kurt Hawkins. I think this just all but cements that my original pick to win this, Bayley and Finn Balor, are going to win it.
You sure as fuck think so.
The quarterfinals are set, though. Ember Moon and Kurt Hawkins take on Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. That's going on right now as we speak. On the SmackDown side tonight, Carmella R-Truth take on Charlotte Flair and Jeff Hardy. I didn't know who was Charlotte's original partner?
AJ.
Next week, the quarterfinals resume. Finn Balor and Bayley take on Mickie James and Bobby Lashley. Asuka and The Miz take on Naomi and Jimmy. I wouldn't mind seeing the married couple, Naomi and Jimmy, win it, but I'm still thinking Bayley and Balor.
Nobody wants to see an Uso come out number 30 in the Royal Rumble.
No, they don't. I would love to see a Balor come out.
Honestly, I don't even really want to see Balor come out 30 because I know they ain't going to let him win.
I know. But
so it just means it's less time for him to be in the Rumble putting on a good performance.
Yeah, all right. Well, just let Ember Moon and Kurt Hawkins win, and
yeah, that's fine.
Kurt Hawkins.
Honestly, I'd rather have Kurt Hawkins come in at 30 than an Uso. At least Kurt Hawkins is a singles guy for now until they decide to pair him up with Ryder again.
As we mentioned last week, a January 1st is ticking if you're watching Being the Elite, and all signs pointing to a new promotion based in Jacksonville, Florida called All Elite Wrestling. And the following has been trademarked for broadcasting, wrestling, and merchandising purposes. All Elite Wrestling, AEW, Double or Nothing. It's kind of hard to go from AEW to Double or Nothing because I almost want to say WWE. Like Kurt Angle there. All Out. And this looks like the name of the show coming up. Tuesday Night Dynamite. So, weird name, Tuesday Night Dynamite, but hey. We know the product is going to hopefully be good with the core group of people there, huh?
I don't give a damn what the fucking show's called as long as it's entertaining. I've never cared about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, man.
I mean, I watched NWA TNA Wrestling for crying out loud.
Yeah, TNA Wrestling. Tits and ass wrestling, yes. Couple matches added to Final Battle. That's coming up here December 14th, I believe. Or is that 14th or 12th? 14th, yes. Actually, some buddies of mine invited me over, so going to watch Final Battle with a group of dudes. Be fun time, good time. I Quit match. Flip Gordon, Bully Ray. Of course, they've been feuding for quite some time now, so it's going to be an I Quit match between those two. And the Ladder War. SCU. The Young Bucks and the Briscoes for the ROH World Tag Team Championship. Of course, Jay Lethal and Cody for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Jeff Cobb and Adam Page for the TV title. Matt Taven, Dalton Castle, Jonathan Gresham against the debuting Zack Sabre Jr., Marty Scurll versus Christopher Daniels, and then a fatal four-way for the Women of Honor Championship between Sumi Sakai, Madison Rayne, Karen Q, and the ever-dangerous TBA to be announced.
Kelly Klein.
Ratings. Last week's SmackDown after Survivor Series, nice little bump up to almost 300,000, or a little over 200,000 to 2.3 million. Be curious to see what the numbers are for this episode, which was so much better, but Raw being a piece of shit, I'm going to guess it probably dropped. Impact, its highest new time slot numbers, or second highest new time slot numbers, up to 124,000. Not bad for Thanksgiving night. Usually people are probably passed out on the couch by then with all the turkey that they ate. But hey, congrats to them, right?
Hey, why not, man?
Yeah. I did not see any Raw numbers. Not sure why yet.
Maybe everything's behind because of the Thanksgiving holiday last week, maybe. I don't know.
Must be. Here we go. Breaking news.
Like legit breaking news, or
minor breaking news. The Raw finals are set. So what I was just reading was wrong. They did the Raw final. They did both Raw quarterfinals tonight. Mixed match challenge is going to be Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal taking on Finn Balor and Bayley.
Finn and Bayley should win that easily.
And Kurt Hawkins' losing streak is continuing.
What a shock.
Yeah.
Poor Ember. Why did Ember get dick like that? Damn, dude.
Pretty much.
Goes from teaming with Braun Strowman to the guy who hasn't won a match in 2 years. Like, whose Cheerios did she piss in and catering Monday night?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some good news for Joey Mercury. All of the charges against him were dropped in the conspiracy to commit credit card fraud. So Joey Mercury is free and clear from an event that took place back in April.
Yeah, well, once again, I stress the importance of the way the world is in 2018, that it is innocent until proven guilty.
What?
When the entire world of social media and practically everywhere else lives in the society of guilty until proven innocent, that's not the way this world works. So everybody who's been jumping on poor Joey Mercury the past, 3 to 4 months, you owe that man an apology.
MLW continues to roll along as a promotion, and a big debut for them coming up soon. Dragon Lee will be set to debut Ring of Honor in Major League Wrestling the Miami tapings in December. Oh, this is going to make Matt very happy.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
In December and January, we're going to see a lot more of John Cena.
You asshole.
John Cena is going to be back, Jack. Oddly enough.
I'm sure, that's not really surprising. I figured he'd be around on the road to WrestleMania, so.
Dummy, yeah. Looks like SmackDown brand is where he's going to be touring with. Live events have him teaming with Rey Mysterio, taking on Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, my God.
Court Bauer giving us a tease a few days ago. Just closed a blockbuster deal. It's official. MLW is closing out the year making history. Any
I haven't heard a damn thing. I don't have any sources with MLW, so
I wonder if it's TV?
I don't have a whole lot of help on that subject. I got people in WWE. I've got people in ROH. I used to have someone in Impact. Well, we don't want to talk about that. But
nobody's gonna be an Impact after the first
I don't have any sources for MLW, so I don't have the slightest freaking clue.
Maybe we can get Court Bauer on the show to break the news.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. I'm sure he has better things to do.
I don't know. This is interesting. Vince McMahon's Alpha Entertainment is in a battle with clothing manufacturers Adidas. Adidas.
Yeah, that ought to be fun.
Is talking about that Alpha's logo may be seen as infringing upon Adidas's logo, and so
don't worry about it, Adidas. It won't be in business for longer than 2 years anyway, and it really won't matter at the end of that.
As I Google Alpha Entertainment logo, Yeah,
I haven't bothered looking at it, so I don't even know what it looks like.
I can kind of see it. I kind of don't. I don't know. I'll send you this story here. It's got the two logos with Vince McMahon right in the middle. That'll be your best comparison. You don't even have to click the link. The little thumbnail should show you. I really don't see it. I kind of see it, but then I don't. Well, I guess the three stripes, if you look at the red, not the white, maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't really see it at all.
Yeah, I was reaching.
I think. Look, as much as I like to bury Vince for practically everything he does nowadays, I really don't see the semblance of their logos there at all. Adidas, I don't really think they're going to have a case there.
WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan hospitalized over Thanksgiving, but thankfully released over the weekend. He did not disclose what the issue was, but good to see that Duggan is out of the hospital and back out there. Ho! Oh, this is also going to make Matt very happy. Not only can you hear Jim Cornette every once in a while, but now you can see him, look at him, watch him, as he's just opened his new YouTube channel.
I don't really care either way.
Matt's going to go subscribe right now. Braun Strowman update. He is slated for surgery in Birmingham, Alabama on Monday. This past Monday.
I was going to say, I think it's already been done, dude.
Yeah, this past Monday, according to several sources. And, I always have to... My calendar's so thrown off with Thanksgiving and shit. They believe it's a minor issue, something he can work around leading into the TLC pay-per-view. So it sounds like the recovery time is minimal, and he should be able to...
Well, they weren't going to know that for sure until they got in there. And I've yet to hear... I've yet to hear from anybody about what they found when they got in there, so I don't want to say for sure that he's going to be there for TLC, but the working idea was that he was going to be able to work TLC, but if he didn't, it wasn't, in WWE's mind, it wasn't the end of the world, that they'd rather him go in and get that surgery now and miss TLC than try to work with it and get hurt worse and miss WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So that was their attitude going into it, so we'll see how this ends up working.
What would be the backup plan, or would there be a backup plan?
The backup plan right now is to do like a 6-man, with
Lashley,
Corbin, Lashley, and
Drew
against Elias, Finn Balor, and somebody. I don't know who the other person would be at this time. I'm not watching Raw enough to tell you who they're positioning to put in that third role. Maybe Cena. I don't fucking know.
Well, all I know that
maybe Kurt. Maybe they throw Kurt in there.
They could. All I know is, I heard some say that maybe Bray Wyatt would take his spot, but I don't know how much sense that makes. I don't know. Yeah. Apparently Raw was just all those three running wild, and that was it. Anyway, I mean, that's okay for what it is, but it's not that interesting, to be honest. So
when you see the same shit every week, everything just turns into shit.
Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions LAX are set to debut at Evolve's December events, according to the promotion. But wait a minute. Gabe Sapolsky says on Twitter this morning, Impact Wrestling has pulled LAX off of the dates in December, working on replacements now. I was just informed. Our apologies to the fans.
Yeah, ridiculous. Promotions are just being petty now. Everybody's being petty again. And I find it just extremely stupid on all accounts. Everybody wants to work together until everybody doesn't, then everybody wants to be bitchy to each other, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Impact doesn't have much to afford to burn bridges. So, Wrestling DVD Network is reporting that a Best of NXT TakeOver 2018 home video project is in the works and currently scheduled for a March 2019 release. I gotta say, 2018 was probably one of the best years for TakeOver, so that'd be a pretty cool thing to have if you don't have the network. If you don't have the network, what the fuck are you doing? Good to see Roman Reigns out and about. He was spotted at the Georgia Tech football game when Georgia Tech took on Georgia over the weekend. So hopefully all is well with Roman.
As well as it can be.
MLW Tag Team Champion Rey Fenix, unfortunately, going to be out for the remainder of the year with a groin injury, according to LuchaCentral.com. He was injured in a CMLL event, and no word on how MLW's creative is going to change in regards to their television tapings coming up soon here in December. Also injured is MLW middleweight champion MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. He's expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a fractured elbow. He injured it over the weekend at a Beyond Wrestling event. Maybe all these injuries and impacts, like, we can't afford to get anybody injured because, well, we can't afford to have anything go wrong right now.
Who knows?
Another thing that's going to make Matt extremely excited.
I'm extremely wanting to punch you in the face.
Yeah. E! Network is greenlit the 4th season of Total Bellas.
Well, yay.
So
another thing I won't watch.
Are Bree and Daniel going to act like disgusting human beings on this show?
I really don't give a fuck what they do. I won't be watching it.
Ring of Honor debuted a new digital series on YouTube called The Pinnacle. They also gave some promotional material for the notes. Ring of Honor Wrestling proudly presents a new digital series, The Pinnacle. The series will explore the Ring of Honor wrestlers, their stories, and what it took to reach the top of Ring of Honor. The Pinnacle is produced by Lightning One, the team behind the NWA 10 Pounds of Gold series. As a final battle rapidly approaches, Episode 1 starts at the very beginning of Ring of Honor. From the very first Ring of Honor event, the Era of Honor begins. The story explores the impact of wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, Low Ki, Christopher Daniels, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Tyler Black, Eddie Guerrero, and more on the promotion. So what do you think about that little project, Matt?
Might be cool. We'll see how it goes.
WWE has come to terms with Austrian star Walter Hahn, who's known in the ring as Walter, according to Mike Johnson at PW Insider. There was a story several months ago that WWE had interest, and that was originally reported on by Dave Meltzer. Walter, 31 years old, has been a regular on the European wrestling scene, wrestling for WXW in Germany as well as Progress. He's made appearances in Evolve, PWG, all over the place, and apparently pretty coveted wrestler. Matt, are you familiar with this guy at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm familiar. I'm not like super familiar, but when I heard he got signed, I knew who he was.
He'll be a part of the NXT UK brand, and is currently finishing up independent dates up until that point. You're heading down to Phoenix for the Royal Rumble in just a couple of months. The VIP Access Premium schedule has been announced. On Friday, you can meet and greet with Dean Ambrose and Daniel Bryan. Saturday, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, and Sunday, you get to meet Bayley and Sasha Banks together. That's pretty cool. And WWE Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. Also, a pre-sale code is up for the Royal Rumble. The Access pre-sale code, and that is .com. And those will go.
I thought the code was going to be "Don't bother going."
Oh yeah, well, that's too long to type in, I guess. Those go on sale on December 5th.
Okay, should be watching on WWE Network, save hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, something like that. Being the Elite, episode 127 this week. The Exorcism of Cody Rhodes.
Fucking phenomenal.
Matt puts it as one of the best.
Might have been their best episodes the last couple months, for sure.
It all starts with Adam Page, who is suddenly the detective in the H mysteries, as he finds the little gift bags for Daniels and Kazarian, where H is asking them to be coaches at the Performance Center. Cody Rhodes is twitching in the corner. Funny how nobody really seems to notice. Also, nobody seems to notice that Ring of Honor referee Paul Turner is just laid out. Everybody
didn't notice or didn't care.
Good point. At the end of episode 126 last week, Triple H came in and attacked people with a sledgehammer, including clocking Paul Turner upside the head, and left the sledgehammer behind.
Amazing.
So the guys are talking, and Nick just casually walking over a knocked out Paul Turner. When there's a sledgehammer. What's that doing here? And everybody takes turns trying to pick it up, and nobody can.
Like Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Pretty funny thing there. Flip tries to grab the brass ring. Even Flip can't do it. And then the man himself, who is pretty clear who it is now, it's Kazarian. But
yeah.
I thought it was Daniels at first, but it was Kazarian.
Yeah, it's definitely Kaz.
Well, for one, Daniels is in the shot as Christopher Daniels. I loved it. The possessed Cody Rhodes. Hey, boss.
Do you notice they took the picture like Triple H likes to do?
Like he does with the talent backstage or whatever.
The NXT talent. Yeah.
That's pretty clever. He grabbed his sledgehammer and walked off. After the credits, we see Marty Scurll calling Adam Page at 3 a.m. to invite him to his January 1st party. It didn't go well. Page doesn't know what he's doing on January 1st either, and Marty's pissed. But let's pause here for a minute, Matt. Do you think Marty will be able to take part in the new promotion, right? You think?
Not until his Ring of Honor deal's up.
Not at all. Yeah, I guess, yeah, especially if they get TV, huh?
Yeah, he's locked into Ring of Honor, dude, and so is Flip. So they can't take a part in whatever these guys are going to do after January, because if they're going to be contracted somewhere else.
At least he can
Marty can't join until his deal's up.
He could be on Being the Elite, maybe. Him and Flip have their own segment.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. That'll be interesting.
We're in Toronto, Canada, where Scorpio says this is the worst town I've... Oh, Kaz stops him. Because Kaz is pissed off at the fact that Daniels is wearing a Canada shirt. And we learned why this SCU thing is falling apart. It's ever since Flip pointed out that Daniels is not from Southern California. But
dun dun dun.
This might have been the final straw because Kaz is pissed and lays into Daniels. Maybe SCU, finally SCU is back to the old SCU next week. We'll see, Matt. Do you have high hopes of the old SCU coming back next week?
It'll be back eventually. Stop giving them the worry that the SCU's not going to be fine. ICU's going to be fine.
SCU! Paige wanted to talk to Bucks about something important. I'm guessing it was was it about his H theories?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
And as he's talking to the Bucks, Cody is doing all sorts of WWE gimmick dances and moves.
Mostly HBK mannerisms.
He did a super kick. He did a little pose there. He did some Undertaker stuff. A lot of HBK DX crotch chops. That was pretty fucking hilarious, wasn't it?
dude, the whole episode was hilarious. Like I said, I think it was one of their best episodes in a while. I thought they did a phenomenal job.
Flip comes in and says, "Guys, don't you see what's going on with Cody? He's possessed." I don't know what he was doing at the end, though. Cody was like doing the Matt Hardy delete and then Diamond Dallas Page and then Rick Rude. Matt says he knows just who can exorcise the demons of Cody Rhodes. None other than the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. He might have to go back to that now. WWE stealing the Almighty gimmick with Bobby Lashley, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
So then
I feel like Daniels should have that trademarked.
I know.
So WWE might run into an issue with that.
And then we got ourselves the Exorcism, which was great. Cody was pretty good here. He put in a lot of work there. Nothing was working, so Daniel sent everybody out of the room. I think Kazarian finished off a whole dozen Tim Hortons donuts during that segment because that box looked empty at the end.
It didn't look like that full to begin with when he came into the room.
True. So Daniels is face to face with Cody, and Daniels gives Cody a rock bottom onto the hotel bed. But then, that didn't quite work, and then all of a sudden Cody sneaks up behind Daniels and starts doing his WWE rhetoric, and then spits gold sparkles in Daniels' face, a la Gold Dust. But Matt, what did it take to exorcise the demon? It took the good book, didn't it?
Yeah.
The good book being Matt and Nick's bedtime or kids' story, and well, that worked. And everybody goes into the room, check on Cody, and Matt goes, "How you feeling?" And Cody looks at Matt and tells him, "Come here. Fuck the revival." He's okay.
I loved it. It's been way too long since I've heard "fuck the revival."
That like part of his.
He must be a really big Lucha House Party fan.
Oh, probably because they're jobbing to the Lucha House Party every week, including last night. He even used some revival terminology while he was flipping out. Like I think he said "shatter machine" once.
He did.
Oh boy.
He said the revival had like the best match at TakeOver or some shit too. So. Oh
yeah, he mentioned how they had like match of the year from 2016 or something like that. I think it was at DIY maybe. I don't know. 205 Live this week or last week. I got to get used to saying last week now because that was from last Wednesday. I didn't get a chance to watch it, Matt. Did you catch it? Anything going on there with?
See, this is the problem with recording on Tuesdays. I couldn't tell you what the fuck I watched last Wednesday. Like I know I watched it. Like I feel like I watched it, but I don't remember anything that I watched last week. It's been a long week, brother.
Well, Buddy Murphy came out victorious at Survivor Series. I'm really with Tony Nese took on Noam Dar to kick things off, and he got the win there. I'm really wondering if Tony Nese is going to turn face for the first time in the cruiserweight division and challenge Buddy Murphy. I'm really thinking that's where we're going now. After I thought Mustafa Ali was going to win at Survivor Series and Cedric turns heel, now that didn't happen, Cedric could still turn heel and feud with Mustafa. It just won't be for the title. I think
honestly, I just like the fact that 205 Live keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
Unlike what they do on Monday.
The new friends, Akira Tozawa, Brian Kendrick took on a couple guys named Fidel Bravo and Richie Slade. Fidel Bravo was on NXT too. He was the guy that took on Keith Lee. They got a win as they're trying to kind of get their bearings in what may be a cruiserweight tag division, but obviously they're feuding with Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak. and they got beat by those gentlemen a couple weeks ago, so they're trying to work together as a team and get the win there. And then the main event was Gran Metalik against TJP. Obviously, some personal stuff there with TJP kind of stealing the mask and whatnot. TJP had some backup in the form of Mike Kanellis and Maria, while, of course, the Lucha House Party is present. Gran Metalik comes out with the win, but Mike Kanellis attacks the Lucha House Party with a steel chair at the end. And then NXT last week, mostly a recap of a fucking great takeover, which so it isn't bad to relive that, is it, Matt?
Nope.
Keith Lee took on Fidel Bravo, as I said in the open. Lars Sullivan crushed somebody on his way to the main roster. And then the main event was a much more competitive match between Nikki Cross and Candice LeRae, with Nikki Cross getting the win there. So I guess Nikki Cross hasn't fully debuted on the main roster yet. They just brought her out while they were overseas with Sanity.
I'm assuming that's what it means, but we can't be 100% certain of that either, because we haven't seen Sanity on SmackDown since.
Exactly.
So we don't know.
There was the shit show called Monday Night Raw. It all started with the new power trip of Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. In no way a comparison to the best power trip ever of the two-man power trip. A pairing that didn't last long enough.
What?
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 What? One beer? What?
I don't drink beer right now, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Stone sober.
On a diet.
Stone sober Steve Austin. That's hard to say.
For now. He's on a diet. Let him be.
One beer? Nope. Two beers? Nope. The three heels get interrupted by Elias, and that leads to Elias versus Bobby Lashley, which leads to three guys beating up Elias. And, yeah, it is what it is. Alexa Bliss still can't wrestle yet, so Baron Corbin has put her in charge of the women's division, so she's basically the GM for the women, something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah. And Alexa, stop. Dean Ambrose met his physician. I don't know what that was about. Maybe a checkup on his triceps. But of course he had to take some shots at Milwaukee because he's a heel now. And you think he takes that title from Rollins at TLC?
Nope.
I'm undecided on that yet. I was thinking Gut said yeah, but Lucha House Party.
That feud needs to end, and the feud needs to end with Rollins winning and then dropping the title to somebody else, because I'm hearing unfortunately the plan right now is that Brock's taking that title to Mania and he's going to drop it to Rollins. So Rollins can't lose that Intercontinental title now.
I would love to see
because that would not end the feud with Dean, and they need to end the feud with Dean before he can drop the title some other way and do that thing with Brock.
A heel turn.
I guess they could do. I guess they could do title for title. I mean, I don't know.
WrestleMania 6 ending.
Yeah, I don't see why they couldn't do that.
I don't either. I mean, Seth Rollins basically is the man,
and they could just put the Intercontinental title up in a tournament after WrestleMania is over.
Yep. I mean, Seth Rollins has been the man this year, right? Outside of the man Becky Lynch. Lucha House Party embarrasses.
Because the way I see it, if their plan is to do Rollins and Brock, I don't feel like Rollins can lose again clean until Mania.
He can't.
He can't suffer to have a loss between now and WrestleMania, because any loss is going to make him look less credible in the ring with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And the joy we will get when that stomp hits the part-time bitch.
And he finally leaves forever.
You know what would be great is if Rollins
just fuck cancer, dude. Because if Roman Reigns wouldn't have gotten cancer again, he'd already be gone.
Yeah. Well, how about this? It would be great if Rollins puts him up in the F5. He could do it too. Rollins could do it. He's strong. Lucha House Party embarrasses the Revival in like 2 minutes. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
The whole storyline for the Lucha House Party and Raw doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Because the way they're working matches under Lucha House Party rules or whatever the fuck they're calling it doesn't make any sense because it's a heel tactic.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be the baby faces.
Yeah.
So it makes absolutely no sense at all that they're doing this. It doesn't make any fucking sense. There's another. I was just like, I watched my timeline. I mean, you gotta be fun. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I probably said that at least 10 or 15 times throughout, stuff coming across my timeline for Raw. Because let's face it, I don't need to watch Raw because my entire timeline watches it for me. So I legitimately know everything that happens on the show throughout the 3 hours.
Yeah.
While I can do something else and save my own sanity. I guarantee you, I probably said, you got to be kidding me. You got to be fucking kidding me at least 10 or 15 times in that 3 hour broadcast just by the stuff that, came down across my timeline.
Yeah, and I didn't even look at my timeline. I didn't even look at anything until I saw like a couple of tweets from you. And then that's when I realized just how much of a shit show it was. And, I didn't even, I just deleted it off the DVR, man. Saved myself 3 hours.
Yeah, save yourself the headache, man. It ain't worth it.
Yep, so didn't watch it this week. Nia Jax cuts a promo with Ronda Rousey. I heard that was terrible. It was.
Well, Nia Jax has never got a good promo in her life, so I'm not surprised that it was terrible.
Tag team championship match. Look, Vince toilet humor. Drake Maverick pissing on Bobby Roode's robe.
Whatever, dude.
That really, that is terrible. Stupid. Vince probably thought it was...
shit. The problem is it's the kind of shit Vince finds funny. And, he is a fucking child. And it's gotten ridiculous at this point. That this guy continues to be in charge of this company.
Yep.
The sooner it ends, the better.
Oh, yeah.
The better this is going to be.
Something to play off of the mixed match challenge. Alicia Fox took on Ember Moon. Quick, short match win for Ember Moon. And Hawkins is excited because he doesn't see wins that much. Then No Way Jose and Jinder Mahal all of a sudden had a match right after that, which went 5 minutes. So, hey, let's kill some time. The bright spot of Raw, from what I hear, is, a match we've seen 10 million times. Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins had the Intercontinental Open Challenge. So, hey, Lars Sullivan, hey, Bray Wyatt, something cool? No, Dolph Ziggler. We've seen this a million times. Let's do that. I've heard a good match. I heard it was a good match, 20 minutes, but, I mean, hey, we've already seen it. Alexa Bliss set up an open forum for Sasha Banks and Bayley. I heard this was just... This is your
trash.
life bad. Yeah, I heard this is your life bad is what this was.
Well, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about Rock and Sock. Nope, I'm talking about the.
I knew what you meant, sir.
Yep. Then Finn Balor, Baron Corbin. We've never seen that again, so I guess that closes Raw. Look, it turns into a handicap match because Baron Corbin has power, and that's how the show ended with the three guys posing in the ring. Wow. Really? Okay. Now let's go to the A show, SmackDown Live, kicking off with, hey, how else can you kick it off but with The Man? And now The Man is on the Titantron, which is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I like the logo on it. Honestly, I wish that was on the shirt.
Yeah, the shirt it's basic.
I wish they had the Man over to the right and with the logo on the left. Kind of just like it is on the Tron. I wish that was the shirt.
Yeah, not the little, not as a little period.
I think that would be, an overall a better shirt design than what they ended up putting out.
And if we have to educate you while she's calling herself the Man, well, look it up, Google it. The crowd fucking loved her because I mean, shit, best thing going today. I mean, we have that marquee we give out, the best thing going today. I mean, 2016, Broken Matt Hardy won. Last year, I believe Bullet Club won, if I'm right.
Probably, yeah, probably.
I'm guessing Becky Lynch is going to win this award this year.
The Becky Lynch or the Elite.
True. The Elite's up there.
I mean, I would assume those two things are going to be pushing neck and neck, and I would assume by the end of the year we're going to know a lot more about the future plans for the Bucks and Cody and company. That we'll know, what the heck's going to happen.
The man said she's been away way too long, which was like 2 weeks, but at this time, yeah, it is way too long. She said she's done watching. The man is putting herself back in the game. The fans popped for that. Lynch said that at Survivor Series she had someone step in for her to fight Ronda Rousey and calls out Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, looking beautiful as always, comes out and she's in there in the ring. Paige also is there to kick off the show. A lot of Becky chants to start it out, and then they turned into some woo chants. And Lynch said that she told Flair to give her the beating that Becky would have gave her, and Flair, she said Flair, she came pretty close, but she said if it was her, Ronnie wouldn't be standing the next night. And Lynch says she doesn't know if Flair knows who she is, and insinuating that who is she all of a sudden, because she obviously snapped at Survivor Series. And Charlotte says, well, I'm the 7-time women's champion and the only woman on the roster capable of beating Ronda Rousey, giving Ronda Rousey the beating that she deserved. She said she's more capable because she's genetically superior. Lynch said, well, you went from copying your old man to copying the man. I love that line, Matt.
Well, she's not wrong.
That is true. Lynch says she's very glad that she beat the phoniness out of Flair. And Flair said, well, Nia must have hit you harder than she thought. It went from quirky to delusional. And Flair said that Lynch is copying her old man riding her coattails. And Flair tells the crowd at TLC she will be ready. Flair told Lynch she fought for herself because Becky couldn't. And they were getting ready to go at it. Paige calms them down. But then Mandy Rose comes out with all the heels. Sonya Deville, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Zelina Vega. Mandy complaining about Paige questioning her loyalties to just her PCB teammates compared to everybody else. And then Naomi came out with the rest of the faces, Asuka, Lana, and Carmella, saying they deserve a chance too. And so Paige puts together a battle royal. And the winner of that battle royal will face Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And not only that, it's going to be the first ever women's TLC match. Matt, we're making history once again, aren't we?
It's going to be awesome.
I hope that closes the show.
I don't think they have anything better lined up to close the show, so let's hope it does.
AJ and Brian, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that could close the show.
That's it. Part-time bitch ain't working TLC, so...
Of course not. Who are you kidding?
No. So I'm pretty sure that's going to close the show, because Vince, he doesn't like AJ closing the show. Even though he was champion for over a year.
Who?
Let that set in, Vince. The face of TNA was your champion for over a year. Did you even know that, Vince? I'll tell you what, Matt. The first 10 minutes of...
What are you going to tell me, JB?
The first 10 minutes of SmackDown trumps all 3 hours of Raw easily.
Well, it wasn't that hard to do.
Yeah, low bar.
Really was the low bar.
Usos come out after a great pairing commercial from KFC as they now have jumped into the chicken and waffles thing. They show the great relationship.
So good. So good.
I haven't tried it yet. I'll have to give it
it's so good.
I did have a deep fried Cajun turkey sandwich from Arby's last night, though. Oh,
did you like it?
Amazing.
I told you. I told you it was good.
The KFC commercial shows the flashback of the very hilarious romantic pairing of Santino and Beth Phoenix. Those are some funny things.
Lambrella.
The Usos come out, a tag match against the Bar. Hey, I guess Big Show turned face again.
Whatever.
He'll turn heel in January, I'm guessing, at the Royal Rumble or something. Cesaro shot his mouth off at Big Show, and Big Show KO punched him earlier in the day. God.
Wow, did you see? Since you love Becky Lynch's tweet so much, have you seen the latest Becky Lynch tweet?
I have not. Well, maybe I have. Right. I don't know.
I guess I will have to share it with you.
I am going to her page right now. 56 minutes ago. Okay. I got two contenders at TLC. That one.
Yep. Read it off, buddy. You know you want to.
I've got two contenders at TLC. One earned her way to the champ. The other something. Woo, daddy, something entitled. Oh, the man. We'll get into that at the end of SmackDown here coming up soon. The Bar and the Usos put on a good show, Matt. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They worked. I thought they had a good match. To me, being a non-title match, the outcome was never in doubt. But yeah, I mean, it was still a good match.
Yep. Goes to show just how night and day the tag divisions are between Raw and SmackDown. The New Day and The Miz had a little segment making fun of The Miz for losing to a jobber last week, and that leads to Kofi and Miz later on in the night. AJ Styles comes out and says he'll get his rematch against Daniel Bryan at TLC. He said the 14 days he's been without the title have been longer than the 371 days he had the title. Nobody likes to lose. He hates losing, but the way he lost it is what bothers him, as they show the old kick to the ding-ding. Styles said he knew the target was on him, but didn't know the target was somewhere else, as he looks down to his penis. And also,
he should have known better by now.
That's true.
It's hard to feel bad for him at this point.
Styles says what bothered him was the attacks after the match. And then he watched Bryan explain his actions last week, and that led to the new Daniel Bryan, which must be like the new Coke. And Styles says that sounds like a lot.
Like the new It seems like the new Daniel Bryan's a lot like the old Brock Lesnar.
and Styles says this sounds like a lot of BS, a lot of trash. And I don't care if it's the new Daniel Bryan or the old Daniel Bryan. I'm looking forward to smashing his face in. Would like to do it right here and now, but Daniel Bryan ain't here. And he wasn't at the live events this past week either. Oh, somebody's been watching Raw and what they do, where they do things differently there. How about that pot shot?
Love it.
Styles says how he's never, for 371 days, never missed a live event, pay-per-view, or SmackDown. I think he's missed some SmackDowns, but hey, it's okay. He's in the moment. We'll let him go. But when Bryan rolls,
he's definitely missed some SmackDowns.
Yeah, when Bryan rolls out of that hyperbaric chamber, you better show up to TLC, and because the championship belongs to the phenomenal AJ Styles. Great promo from AJ. Absolutely loved it. Little anger, a little fire. Good stuff from Styles. I enjoyed it a lot. Nakamura makes his entrance to the ring, set to take on Rusev, but before the bell rings, Nakamura attacks Rusev, so we get a no-go. But hopefully we get ourselves a good Rusev-Nakamura match at TLC, Matt.
I would assume that's what they're building towards. I guess only time will tell.
I just don't feel like I don't feel like there's much behind Rusev lately, so it's hard to be excited for the match, but
look, can we be completely fair and say there hasn't been a whole lot behind Nakamura lately either?
True.
So let's just, hope for the best here.
One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Jeff Hardy. They celebrated 20 years since he debuted in the WWE. Michael Cole making a SmackDown appearance. Of course, he's always at SmackDown, but
yeah, I was going to say he's always there, so why not?
He's in Gorilla. But it's pretty cool to see Cole in the ring to introduce Jeff Hardy. I thought that was kind of cool. The video package was badass, wasn't it, Matt?
Oh, dude, I thought it was a phenomenal job.
Man.
I mean, WWE's always really good at putting those videos together, so it was not a surprise to me that they nailed it.
I mean, there was a time where Jeff was my my number one favorite wrestler, my number one guy. And seeing him win those world championships, and I still put that ladder match with Undertaker on Raw as one of my favorite matches of all time, and they kind of showed a little of that in that video too. Hardy says he doesn't know what to say, but to thank you all. Can't believe he did half the stuff. What's wrong with me? He said this business has given him a creative outlet while pointing out that his face paint is way better than it was 10 years ago.
He's not wrong.
That's not wrong. His face paint's pretty badass today. He says he's felt the highest of highs and lowest of lows, but no matter what, fans have stuck by his side, and he's eternally grateful for that. As the fans chant, "Thank you, Hardy." Jeff thanks his wife Beth and his two daughters, and says this ain't a retirement speech. He's far from done. Don't know what the future holds, but let's find out together. So
sure, why not, Jeff? Why not?
I was hoping Matt would show up, like piano would start playing or something, and that'd be.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed not to see Matt there for this, but then it honestly at that point it should have been a celebration of both Hardy Boys.
True.
Due to the fact that good point. It's both of their 20th anniversary.
Good point, Matt. Good point. We didn't get Matt Hardy, but we got Joe. Joe likes to be a dick.
Well, he's just telling to be 100% fair.
He's telling the truth.
Samoa Joe is just telling the truth.
That's true. Yeah,
so
he was apologizing for being tardy. Was getting ready to pop some champagne bottles, but then realized, maybe alcohol around Jeff ain't the best idea. Ooh.
Don't be tardy around Jeff Hardy.
Shane tried to stop Joe. Jeff's like, nah, let him talk. And Joe goes, oh, that was a great video package considering, at the time you weren't coherent enough to remember any of it anyways. And Joe says he doesn't celebrate weakness. He doesn't believe in second chances when men like him have yet to get there first. And Jeff and Joe, that'll be a fun feud, Matt.
I would certainly think so.
Joe says he has a rehab program, a one-step program, but it ain't going to be painless. And Jeff says that Joe can't rain on this parade tonight. He's walked that tightrope for 20 years, and he almost ended his career 20 times, but he still lives for the moment. Let's make a moment right now. Joe acted like he wanted to get into a match, but nah, fuck you. And then Jeff celebrates in the ring with the crowd to end it. Pretty cool. I really like that whole little celebration thing there, Matt. It was well done. I was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't surprised. I don't know about surprise is the word, but it was interesting to see the entire locker room out there too for this thing. It kind of shows.
Well, it's kind of made you like, they retired him or what?
It shows the respect that the people have for this guy who's been through a lot, obviously, and it was really cool. I thought it was a cool moment. Miz takes on Kofi Kingston. They mentioned it was the first time in 5 years that they have faced off. Went about 8 minutes. Decent little match with Miz trying to cheat. So apparently Miz ain't turning babyface yet. They
got plenty of time to go that route. There's no reason to rush it. When you got WrestleMania is like what, 5 months away?
Yeah.
There's no reason they need to turn him right now.
You think he wins the Rumble?
I don't know. Maybe.
Brian's still champion at the time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you in the boat that... Are you? I don't know if it was you or Daryl or somebody else, but do you think...
that narrows it down.
Do you think this heel turn was as punishment? Daniel Bryan and getting the championship this way is punishment?
I've been told Daniel Bryan was pitching a heel turn to Vince for weeks, and Vince finally just decided to go with it.
People throwing shit to the wall because he didn't go to Crown Jewel and just seeing if it stuck. Then basically,
who knows, man.
Randy Orton comes out, and they replay when Randy Orton rips off Ray's mask and beats the living shit out of him. Orton talks about what he did and how everybody's so outraged at what he did, disrespecting Ray. And Orton said all he wants to do is take him down from that pedestal the fans have put him on, which is Orton's latest crusade. And Ray's just another one of his victims. And he's a victim of one of the three most destructive letters in sports entertainment. But before Randy could finish those three letters, out comes Rey Mysterio with a neck brace on. And
Booyaka, my neck's broken.
Yeah. Didn't end well for Ray there, did it?
Oh, if you wouldn't have stopped dilly-dallying and playing up the fucking chair and he got in the fucking ring quicker, maybe it would have ended better for him.
Yeah.
It's hard to really feel bad for him as much as he was playing up to the crowd. He took fucking forever to get back into the ring. I was just like, Ray, you deserve what you get, you dum-dum.
Ray. Yeah, well, baby faces are dumbasses.
Ray was displaying the dumbassery very well on tonight's show.
Randy gives Ray a throat shot with the chair there on the steel steps, even though Jamie Noble and Adam Pearce tried to stop him.
Jamie Noble, boy!
I miss J&J Security. Those are good times. So in the back, Shane and Miz kissing ass. Well, he was kind of kissing ass, but he's like, "Where were you, Shane? We're a team, and we're bonded. We're brothers." And I am not liking this ass kissing Miz right now. I don't know what's gonna come of this, but
I don't really think he's kissing ass. But okay,
he's been kissing a lot of ass, but. And not maybe not so much this week, but it's just been weird.
You're weird.
Main event time. It's the Battle Royal to determine the third entrant into TLC. Oh, what a surprise. Zelina Vega and Lana are the first two eliminated. Asuka takes out the Iconics at the same time with her hip attack. Carmella then goes for a ride thanks to Asuka. Mandy Rose, I thought maybe would win, but Naomi eliminated her. And then Sonya Deville eliminates Naomi to give us an interesting dynamic between...
I've been telling you for as long as I've seen them work that tag match at that NXT house show, the chemistry those two women have together. And they only had a few minutes, but they got to show the world what those two are capable of together tonight.
Yep.
It was fucking awesome.
Asuka gets the win, so she'll join what's already going to be a great triple threat match for the TLC match for the title. I can't wait, man. And Matt and I were talking on Twitter. I'm like, I feel like a heel's going to win this, even though I guess technically Charlotte and Becky are heels on Vince's book. So, but I thought maybe this might be where Mandy Rose wins. You said Asuka, but it's just weird because Asuka's not going to get the win here, or is she? And then the four horsewomen. I don't know what's going on.
I think Becky's dropping the title at TLC.
To Asuka?
I think that would be the most logical choice. Yes. Yeah. And she doesn't have to be pinned. It's a TLC match. You just have to climb the ladder and get the title.
Yeah.
To me, it just makes sense that that's the direction they're going to go in. If they want to do Becky and Ronda at WrestleMania,
gotta take the title
Becky's
off.
Becky's got to win the Rumble, and then Becky's got to go to Raw, which will force me to watch Raw with the part-time bitch there because I'm not going to miss Becky Lynch.
Oh, that's what you're getting at on.
That's what I was getting at. So yeah, I think Becky drops the title at TLC. I think she wins the Rumble. And I think she moves to Raw to take the title. I think she can take the title from Ronda.
Excellent. So I put this on Twitter. You could put this on a poster. The Empress, the Queen, and the Man. And probably going to be main event, or they should main event TLC. So excellent. Excellent addition to SmackDown Live. Good bounce back from that shit show of Raw. My God. Unbelievable.
Oh, damn right.
I mean, I didn't even watch it, and I had no desire to watch it. So that's going to do it for this edition of Lost to the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. If you got the Android like I do, Go search for Lost in the Midcard if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way every Wednesday now on our new day. And if we do any other specials along the way, you can find out through our social media. And also you can subscribe through our social media. The links to those are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, as well as our Twitter at LITMC Podcast. Matt's on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. I'm on the Twitter at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into that sunset, and wow, next podcast is in December, already at the end of the year. Matt, what are your final thoughts?
I would like to believe that Vince would learn from his mistakes and realize the shit product he's putting on Monday nights are hurting the company as a whole. But since I think Vince is as thick-headed as he is old, I doubt that will happen, and I guess I'll just continue to watch SmackDown and Company until he decides to go away for a while.
It's just unfathomable how shitty that show was last night.
But not surprising.
But then, just how much energy was in that first segment tonight on SmackDown that trumped the whole 3 hours of anything they did on Raw. It's just unfathomable. I mean, we know why. It's just the fact that it's just so. It's just so baffling that it's this way. But oh well. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard. We'll catch you next week.